Hey guys, so today we're going to be rendering the F1 car in Blender. We're using Blender because it's a really high quality software that produces really good renders that is very you can change a lot of things as well. It's very flexible. So let's learn how to use Blender. So first, let's export the car. First, you have to make a copy of this Onshape document, and then you can export the car. So let's press export. I'm sure you guys know how to do this. Let's name it template F1 car. Let's export it to whatever folder you want to export it in. Then let's download Blender. So search up on your browser, download Blender. Download it from whatever software you guys use. This may look like you have to pay for the software, but it's actually free. So as you see, it's already downloading. Let's give it a few seconds, minutes, 1 minute. So in this tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to set up the workspace and how to make how to import the F1 car into Blender. And yeah, and then in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add materials, colors, softwares, and lighting. So yeah. So as you see here, it's downloaded. Let's double click it to open. Let's drag and drop. There we go. Now we can just spotlight search Blender here. Enter. Open the software. There we go. Now we got this cube in the middle, which we don't want, so let's press X to delete. Now let's import the car. So the easiest way to do this is by going to Finder and finding the car that you downloaded, which is a STL file. So let's drag and drop it into Blender. Now let's set the scale to 5 because currently it's quite small. Now we can zoom out, we'll see the car. There you go. Now to move around, I recommend using a mouse because Blender is really difficult to use without a mouse. But if you don't have a mouse, you can just drag around with 2 fingers without clicking anything to move. And to pan, you can press shift and pan like that. But I'm going to be using a mouse for today, so yeah. Okay, and when you're using a mouse, you middle click to rotate around the car. So now we want to change the size of the car. So let's press G to move it around. If you want to move it in the x-axis, you press X. Y-axis, you press Z. And in the other axis, you press Y. Let's make the car a bit smaller so that the problem of zooming out, not seeing the car just like that, does not happen. Let's move the car a bit ahead because it's a bit out of the workspace right now. Okay, let's add a plane now. So we have a surface for the car to stay on. So let's press Shift A. We go to Mesh, Plane. Now we don't see the plane because it's really small. So let's press S, make it a bit bigger. We see that it's somewhere far away, so let's press G and get it closer here. To see things better, let's go to viewport wireframe mode so we can see through things like that. Don't worry, this doesn't do anything. It's just a way to view your workspace. So we see the plane is over there. Let's enlarge it. Let's make it really big. Doesn't matter how big it is. We're just trying to have a surface for the car to stay on. And remember, this is a render, so scale doesn't exactly matter as much. Let's go back to object mode. Let's move this a bit ahead and then make sure that it's like right under the wheels, or else you get some weird shadowing effects in your render. Panning can be a bit difficult sometimes when you're zooming in, so I recommend zooming out and then panning and then zooming back in. So yeah, let's move the plane up just so we can get it right under the wheel. There we go. So I just press G and Z to do that. Okay, now let's rotate back to the front of the car. Now let's add another plane. So let's do the same thing again. Control A, plane. Actually, Control Z again. Let's duplicate this plane. So press Command C, Command V. We just duplicated the plane. So now let's click out, press plane 001 and press G and Z. Actually, let's press G, then R, then X, then type 90 to rotate at 90 degrees. There we go. Now let's click on the plane again, press G and then Y to move it back. There we go. Now we have our scene ready. We want the light to come from one space, like one direction, not two. So we're gonna put 3 planes, one at the bottom, one behind the car, and one on the side of the car. So let's add another plane. Let's press Command C, Command V. Let's press R. Let's press Y and then 90 degrees. Let's now click out, press G, press X, move this plane here. Once you zoom in, you can see the plane. Because of some issue, we can't, because everything is just scaled up too big, we can't really see too far. So yeah, now let's move the car a bit to the side. So let's press G, then let's press X to move it a bit here, and then again G, Y to move it back. There we go. Now we have set up the scene. So now in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to go into rendering mode, how to add colors, how to add materials, and also, like, as a bonus, I can show you how to make the car look like it's made out of glass. So yeah, see you in the next tutorial.